Hey everybody, it's STARJUMP Grim. Let me know if you can hear me okay in chat, please. I appreciate it. Citizen Ninja says 5 by 5. All right, everybody, we're going to get into it here. Give me one more second. All right. Hey everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you all. If you're wondering why the late night stream, that is because I was resting for quite a few hours, actually. So I was not feeling great earlier today, and hanging out with my daughter a lot. But now we're here, and I'm pretty awake, so we're gonna do a little gaming. Um, how's everybody's night tonight? What did you all get up to? What have you all been doing this wonderful Saturday evening? Hey, fam, man, that was Bingo Winchester, Socially Confused, Supreme, Robert, Altzilla. Who else we got in chat? Scissor Fuzz, Robert Vos, Supreme Hoagie, Citizen Ninja, of course, Rooster 101. All kinds of people hanging out tonight. Yeah, kind of an impromptu stream a little bit, obviously, because I usually don't stream this late at night. But again, I wanted to be able to do something with my awakeness. So that's what we're doing. I thought I would jump in Star Citizen and do a little bit of that Raft gameplay. I haven't actually done anything with the Raft yet, so I thought I would do that. So I'm moving around some windows. I did want to put something in chat real quick here. Bear with me, everybody. Let me find the link. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. I did an episode with the info runners execute as well as the internet's very own Tristan or Trispom. Great speculation episode on the Invictus Fleet Week ships. If you want to check that out on YouTube, please do so. Obviously, not right now, because hopefully you're going to watch me now. But definitely go check that out. Appreciate it. It was a great episode. It was fun to talk about that speculation stuff leading into Fleet Week. I was originally, you probably saw in chat or in the schedule, if you follow the YouTube schedule, which by the way, I encourage everyone to do because that's where I put the show schedules. But you would have noticed that there was a STARJUMP station scheduled for Friday night and then Saturday night. I just kind of moved it around, but the issue is that STARJUMP station was also going to focus on Invictus Fleet Week. So, like more ship news. So I decided to delay it, but I think that's a good thing because next Thursday we're going to have an ISC that is or a behind the ships. We're going to have a behind the ships. So what better week to do a STARJUMP station focusing on Invictus ships than the week that there is some information released about ships. So this week, 100%, we'll do an episode on Invictus ships. I'm going to go maybe a little bit more deeper than what I've done in the past, specifically on the Starlancer attack. For those interested in that ship. City Gamer, hope you're doing well. Everyone, don't forget, we are doing St. Jude Play Live. You see the number right up there, $9,247 raised so far in the last 26 days. All of that is due to you all, so great job there. I believe, did Ender do a stream tonight? I think we were supposed to give away a ship, right? Let me know, everyone. Did Ender stream earlier today? Or did I miss it? Bingo. Oh, Bingo. Hey, Kavotha, hope you're well. Bingo says, yeah. Oh, yep, I hear. I see his stream notification. I was sleeping through it, so there we go. I see he also DM'd me. Oh shit, I just saw it right now. I just saw this. Yeah, no, I just saw his. He sent a notification to me deliberately, and I was sleeping through it. Anyways, how was his stream? Did he do a ship giveaway? Hopefully the giveaway went well. He was playing Repo. Oh, okay, playing Repo with the Pink Cat Squad. Gotcha. Cool. Great. Hopefully that went well. Hopefully you had a great stream. You're hanging out with Grim now, old Grimathy. We're going to jump into Star Citizen. We're going to play on the PTU. We're going to check out the I wanted to just do a cargo mission with the Raft. I do need to get some a tractor beam and stuff like that, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. But anyways, St. Jude Play Live. I believe we gave a ship away, a Misk Fortune on Ender's stream. At least I believe he did. $9,247 raised so far. Absolutely incredible. $25,690 a lifetime raise. That's absolutely incredible. If you want to donate, obviously, do not forget that you can go to the Tiltify link on a screen and in chat right now. There's a QR code right there that you can scan, or you can on Twitch go to where I just typed in exclamation donate. You'll see that there. Focus donated $20 towards the Nomad Lovestruck starter pack. Awesome starter pack, obviously. The Nomad is starting to grow on me a little bit. Thank you very much for that, Focus. Appreciate you. And if you're on YouTube, just click the Tiltify link pinned to the top of chat. Quick question, everyone, before we jump into Star Citizen. I've eaten today, but only here and there. So I truly hope you all don't mind me grabbing the occasional Cheez-It from the box sitting next to me. I do need to fix my mouse. Bear with me. I'm setting a few things up here. What is going on with my mouse? Okay, I think this is working right. Okay, here we go. I wish the new handyman missions were in Stanton. I've enjoyed them. Oh, okay, are they only in Pyro? I didn't realize that. I do want to do the handyman missions as well. Eat. Socially Confused says eat. Okay, I am going to launch Star Citizen real quick here. I'll flip over to that window in just a second. Stream today sponsored by Cheez-It. Extra Toasty. I'm currently sponsored by them. No, it's a lie, but I wish I was. I did one time. This is going to be just a casual, fun stream for a little bit, everyone. I did one time send in a complaint to Cheez-It. This is not bullshit. I sent in a complaint to Cheez-It saying that their extra toasty Cheez-Its were not toasty enough, and they actually replied. I still think that's great. All right, let's pop us over here. That's the wrong window. That's not what we want. That's what we want. We are going to make the QR code just a little smaller here. You should still be able to grab it just fine. Bear with me. I don't know how many people use the QR code, actually. I wonder if we can check the analytics on that. How do I look? I look pretty small, right? Let me adjust my camera now. There we go. That's fine. All right, here we go. We are in the PTU, by the way. We are in the PTU. Robert says, I want all the cracker companies to make extra toasty crackers. Having extra toasty saltines, 1 billion%. Robert, I would sign that petition with you. I love extra toasty everything, like literally everything. So I would 100% sign that with you. I'd be on board. That'll be our next charity, is to get Cheez-It on board. I will say this. The Cheez-It Extra Toasties are extra toasty. They are toastier than regular ones, but only by about like 15%. They could go a little bit harder in the paint. I don't think they understand that people that would buy extra toasty Cheez-Its are people that like things burnt. So, you know what I mean? Anyway, all right, here we go. We're going to spawn in Stanton. We'll do Orison. Yeah, we'll do Orson. Yeah, it's got more flavor. I agree. I'm also sponsored by Jameson Whiskey Lemonade tonight. All right. But anyways, everyone, interesting thing. We've only got about 18 days till Invictus. So very soon we're going to be getting more Invictus information for sure. We know it starts on, I believe, the 15th. I am moderately interested in what's coming, but not in any big ways. I don't think I'm going to make any big movements. Obviously, we have the Starlancer attack. That one's all but confirmed. It's possible I will change my max to attack. It's possible. And there's a reason for that. I can go into that later, but there is a reason for that. Let's see here. One second. Sorry, just talking to Ender there. So yeah, the Starlancer Max, it's possible I will turn into attack only because I genuinely use the. I do really like the Starlancer series. I like the. I generally use it for just sort of medium cargo transports though, and and because of its, I use its medium cargo capacity. A lot of times I'll just use the rear end. I don't even use the side spinal cargo supports. So the fact that I could still have my rear cargo area and have a medical bay does interest me for the TAC. Now I don't own a Fury, and I don't think anything else is going to fit in there. So I am split on it. But currently, oh, actually, you know what? I need to go to. I need to go this way. So that's one possible change. I have a fleeting interest in the Greycat MTC, the Mobile Tactical Center ground vehicle, but I really am starting to think that's just a mobile armory, and that makes me not really excited for it. If it's just a mobile armory, I don't do enough combat. So, although when I do FPS combat, to be totally honest with you, I do really enjoy it. So maybe I should. Altzilla says, does anyone use Game Glass considering getting it? I don't use it, Altzilla, but I was almost sponsored by them. There was some discussions going on, and there was even some discussions of like a STARJUMP pack or something. There was some like I said, some discussions a long time ago. But I've heard good things, and people seem to really like it. So, what am I trying to buy here? Let's go to all categories. I need the, do they not sell the true? I guess they don't sell that here. I thought they sold everything here. Disappointed. Let's see. You could put a couple Atlas in the Fury in the Fury Bay and jetpack it out of the hangar. Yeah, you could. It'd be a little pain in the ass to load them. Like, well, no, I guess not. You just jetpack up, throw them in the hangar. Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. Focus. That is interesting. And thank you again for that donation, Focus. You are a scholar and a gentleman. I appreciate it. MTC, I think, needs to be some kind of fob communication vehicle. Actually, where the hell am I going? Bear with me, everyone. I haven't been here for a while. I'm a little lost. I think I'm going to go to Cloudview Center because I need to go to. Actually, let's go here. Yeah, you can try it for free. Will Whitney says Idris P in this PTU. I don't think so. I heard a rumor, and I want to check it when we go to the hangar. I heard a rumor that that people that have Krakens did have their Kraken Polaris loaners removed. I'm not sure if anyone else can confirm that. If any of you have Krakens, I have a Kraken, so we'll be able to test this. Or an Idris, or sorry, Javelin. If you have a Kraken or a Javelin, have you been to the ASOP terminals and saw that you no longer have a Polaris loaner in the PTU? I'm curious if you have. Fanman, you couldn't be more right, honestly. I know a lot of people want it to be a command control ground vehicle and stuff, and I originally wanted that too. I think it's going to be low-hanging fruit because whatever it is, CIG is not going to put any like they're not going to put any sort of new feature in to support it, right? So it's got to be stuff we get already. Or it's gonna have to rely on stuff we have already. So why did I come here? Am I an idiot? I think I'm an idiot, everyone. Anyway, so yeah, I think let's see here. I'm not sure the Geo could jump to Fury Bay. Family, we could all be reading too much. Yeah, so again, I think it's going to be the low-hanging fruit. It's going to be something that they can implement easy. And to me, that's one of two things. Either it's just a troop transport, which it absolutely could be, or it is essentially a mobile armory. It is a ground-based mobile armory. You drive around. It can carry a lot of guns, a lot of ammo, and extra armor sets. Now, that in particularly does not make a lot of sense with the item tier 0 recovery stuff, but it wouldn't require any new tech to implement it. And oh, Quinn and Rooster say you don't get loaners on the PTU. Okay, I'll have to tell Execute that. That was something he claimed. So I've never noticed that. So I trust you all. Okay, Kavotha says no PTU loaners as well. Okay, cool. So, Mark Flat says, what are the chances CIG will make the Legionnaire flight ready this year? Poor. I don't think it's coming this year. Scissor Fuzz says, if that's the case, we need suit lockers. Yeah, so actually that's a good point, Scissor Fuzz. If it did carry suit or armor suits, it would need suit lockers, I guess. It could just have a lot of storage and carry weapons and ammo. But again, it could. It's just not super interesting. It's just not super interesting. Yeah, I don't think we're getting the Legionnaire. There's just no need for it right now. They've got other Anvil ships they're worrying about anyway, and the Paladin, and then of course the Anvil Asgard. So I don't think we're getting that. Soundwaves Ghosts in chat. Soundwaves, I did contact Ender. Supposedly he sent you that email. Hopefully he did. If he did not, I will make sure he does tomorrow. But hopefully you got squared away on your 600i. But we did talk about it. He was going to do it. So, and he was yeah. Your Lordship. Greeting Graham. How far out would you guess the Perseus is? IAE. I'm thinking IAE. Oh, perfect. Soundwaves Ghost got his 600i. He won from the raffle that we were doing for St. Jude. So that is great. Thank you, Soundwaves, for being patient on that, by the way. Yeah, your lordship, I think Perseus IAE is the most likely scenario. Most likely scenario. It's going to be for a big event because as Execute was showing on that speculation episode we did on the Info Runners channel yesterday, if you go back and look at the funding for sorry, moving some windows around. If you go back and look at the funding for the Perseus pledge sale, it was one of the biggest concept sales they've ever had. So it's obvious the Perseus is extremely popular. Honestly, shocking to me just because the Perseus is also a very, very expensive ship. So that did kind of shock me a little bit. But So I think they're going to bring it out at a big event. It's going to be a big event. Okay, let's grab our raft. Hunter Sears, hope you're well. Just joined. How are you feeling about the Idris at Invictus? I would love that. Yeah, I would love that too. I really would. I would absolutely love that. Do I think it's coming? It's a complicated question. I'll tell you this. There's no reason for it to come. They don't need to bring it out. People have waited this long. They would wait longer. There's no real reason CIG needs to put it out, but could they pull it out and give it to everyone? They could. They totally could. It's just if they will. And I'm not sure we know the answer to that question yet. There's been a lot of interesting stuff coming to the PTU, or the Evo build, I should say, related to insurance claim timers for the Idris, both expedited and regular. There's been code strings for the Idris P. There's been code strings for the Idris K. The Idris was always just listed as the Idris in game, but now in the code, but now it's listed as the Idris M or the Idris P or the Idris K. Regardless of if it's coming out or not, I can tell you this: they are working heavily on the Idris right now. I think I would be shocked if we did not get some sort of behind the ships episode during Invictus that gives us an update on the Idris. For you Javelin owners, I think they'll say something to the effect of, hey, we haven't forgotten about you Javelin owners. An update on that ship will be coming out later, because that ship will probably come out after Squadron launches, as CIG originally said. So, Mark Flat says, I think the engineer will come after engineering gameplay is introduced. Yeah, I think after hacking gameplay is my thinking. Yeah, after hacking. Citizen says, I got my Perseus for $270 by upgrading an LTI token with discount Warbond CCUs. That's awesome. It's always great to get a ship for that cheap price. I've done the same with my Banu Merchantman. I think I've got it for like $250. Bandman says, I don't see why they would release the Idris and have a big dedicated display for Invictus launch week. In my opinion, the display is to build more hype around it for a future release. Bandman, you could be exactly right. You could be exactly right. It's again, there's no huge reason for them releasing it right now. Could they? Sure. Do they need to? No, they don't. So, yeah, I think it's one of those things. I think we would all love for it to come out. I don't see it. I don't see it right now. I just think we're still a little ways from its release. But I do think CIG is working very, very hard on it to get it out the door for us. I do know, I can tell from the data mining that they really are prioritizing work on it right now. I don't think we've seen much in the way of the Javelin stuff, but I think it's all but clear that the Javelin's getting a lot of rework as well. So, Info Run, this isn't the real STARJUMP. He never plays a game. He only talks about it. That's true to some degree. But I do play. I just don't stream it much when I play, because when I play games, I do like to sort of be in them, and it's hard to like play and stream at the same time. So for me, my brain's just not built that way. So yeah, generally if I'm playing the game, I'm not streaming. But I've done all the events this year, so I have played. I've done A Line in Mine. I did Fight for Pyro, Save Stanton. Got all the rewards for it. Kavotha is not a fan of how the cargo grid is on the Raft. Okay, I thought I would be a fan, so you're breaking my heart, Kavotha. Hopefully it's not bad, because I did repurchase this ship. I just want an Argo ship, but I want one that I like. Inforunner says, same here. I play, but not stream it. Yeah, I think it's the role play side of me. play the game, even if I'm not like role playing, my mind needs to disappear into the game. I need to be able to focus on it and sort of be in it. And for execute, I've been sending a lot of people to the episode, the speculation episode, because it was a really great episode. Says here we forgot to do the rail-in yesterday. Yeah, Oh, Kavotha, you're talking about the live one. Yeah, the PTU does. The PTU raft looks amazing. Yeah. I don't know, chat. What do you think about the Raylan? I don't. I really don't think the Raylan's coming anytime soon. We haven't had really any hints towards it whatsoever. I know it was a long time ago they said they were moving on to it after a certain ship, but a lot's changed since then. I don't think it's coming. It wasn't in the silhouette video, not that every ship is. I'm just not convinced that one's coming. I want it to come. I want the Raylan because the Raylan is going to be pretty much the one alien ship I'm going to own. I love the Raylan. I love the way it looks. All right, let's see here. Where do I need to go? Okay, there I need to go over here. See if I can land here. It's always iffy. Yeah, the Raylan is a tall ship. It should fit in the large hangar is the hangar that will get assigned to it. The Raylan does fold down though in landed mode. It does fold down. Did a little dip here. It was an interesting landing. But yeah, I mean, I do hope the Raylan is coming. I just haven't seen any hint that it is. And I do think CIG will tease the hell out of that one because that's going to be a big one. Scott R says, was your Polaris gone? You know what? I forgot to look, and I went to the wrong side of the hangar like an idiot. Excuse says, I don't like the new Raft. Get the Hull B instead. It lost so much functionality. For $15, you get almost double the cargo and better features. It's true, but it's also a much uglier ship. Have you considered that execute? Have you considered that the Hull B is much uglier? Let me see here. Let me go down to Polaris. By the way, execute, people were saying that is it on the live servers people don't have their Polaris loaners anymore? I don't even have a Polaris in the PTU, and I own one and have multiple loaners for it. I know. I'll take that hit. I'll take being called ugly if it means I can stand by my claim that the Raft is a much better looking ship. Of which it is. Of which it is. How much cargo does the Hull A carry? Out of curiosity. Oops, sorry, one there. I just got a text message here. Also, the Hull A64, so it's less cargo than the new Raft. Okay. Well, by the way, I'm going to Cargo Center. I need to get tractor beam. And the Hull B is supposed to carry what? Supposed to carry what? I'd be interested in the hull B. Honestly, because I think anything smaller, anything in like that smaller range, I just soon fly like I think I just soon fly my like Zeus or something, or a Spirit, and just carry cargo internally at that point. Yeah, the Raft does have a tractor beam. I just keep needing a tractor beam, so I was just gonna grab one. I was just gonna grab one, make it easier. What is this? Ready grip tractor module. What does that go on? Gray Cat Industrial. Oh, okay, got it. Screw. Okay, is it not? Is it an impersonal weapon? Does that really? I hate the way they organize these. Let's just grab. Oh no, let's just grab two. Hull B is 384. I don't know about you all, but part of me wants to pull up some 3D models and play around with that. I'd like to see how it would fit. The question is whether the Raft fix is permanent or just a fix for now. I think it's a fix. I think it's a permanent fix, primarily because I think they're just constantly readjusting ships to fit the current gameplay. For example, the change to the Reclaimer with that, you know how we disintegrate stuff now. You know how they said that was kind of like a temporary change until they get the chomping stuff working. I don't think it's a temporary change at all. I think that's how we are going to dissolve ships now. We're not going to crush them and chomp them up. We're disintegrating them. So I think that's a permanent change. STARJUMP, when you put cargo on the Raft, it snaps upside down too. Quite cheaply done. Yeah, so kind of a cheap fix. Yeah, I do wish CIG would stop doing that, where it's like these like quick, like cheap fixes because an artist was free for an hour. I do wish they would kind of take their time, do a more appropriate pass on it, make sure they're accounting for edge cases and stuff like that. Let's see here. I'm going to put one of these on there, one of these in my backpack, and the other one right here. Let's see here. Let's pull our Raft back up. So do I have like box running missions here? I don't even know. Hauling here. What is this? This is a quick and easy one. Titanium. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this one. Good test. Hey Feathers, hope you're well. Salute to you. Bingo asks, "What a fury! Snap upside down under the Raft." Well, if they can bring the damn, the expanded cargo functionality to the cargo grids where you can attach ships and items and all that kind of stuff, then yes, we can start having some real fun. That's okay, Feathers. Alright, there's the Raft. Alright, and of course it gave me all these little boxes. Come on, CIG, can't we package this a little better? We're going to do a quick mission here, everybody. I should have brought them up in the other hangar, but it's alright. We can do. We're haulers. We're haulers. We'll just do what we need to do here. Nothing like a day's work, you know what I mean? I do, so on the Hull series, I do have a Hull C in game right now, but I don't own the Hull C. The Hull C is a loaner for my Hull D. With the Ironclad, the Kraken, and ships of that size, they can kind of haul not quite as much, but pretty close to what a Hull C can do. So I didn't want the Hull C. I'm looking at the Kraken and the Ironclad as being those kind of large haulers for me, and then the insane hauler for me will be the whole D at 20,000 SCU, and then I'll let someone else deal with the whole E stuff. But the whole D at 20,000 SCU felt like an appropriate size for me, and you get a whole C as a loner, so it's cool. MB Wheeler, salute to you. Hope you're well. By the way, everyone, do not forget we're raising money for St. Jude right now. You can go to the Tiltify QR code on the screen, or go to the Tiltify link in chat. If you're on YouTube, it's pinned to the top of chat, and if you're in the Twitch chat, exclamation donate, we'll give you that Tiltify link. Grim Vassy here. Can you put just on a bit of mouse smoothing for me, please? The insane holler for me will be the whole 20,000. I do have mouse smoothing on. To some degree. I don't put a lot on just because it gets kind of crazy. It's very smooth for me. Is it not smooth for you? I mean, this seems to work. It's odd. So you can, yeah, it's, you know, it's just different, but I could use this. I could get behind this. It works. Vassy, I'll look into that in just a minute, but I'm pretty sure I have mouse smoothing on. Let's see. I was using a whole C the other day to make 700K per cargo run. It worked 90% of the time, 6 out of 10. Well, that's not bad, actually. Considering it was broke for a good while there. I mean, it seems to connect to the cargo grid pretty, you know, okay. No real issues there. I mean, is it as convenient as the whole A? No, I can tell it's not. I'm just curious. Yeah. It's mostly going on though, without much fuss. Oops. Yeah. Mostly pretty straightforward. Is that all my boxes? Yeah. All right, let's go to August Dunlow. This will be a quick one. Hemp Twister. I love the name and love that you hit follow. Thank you very much. Everyone, if there's any of you in chat that have not followed my Twitch channel, please hit the follow button. I really appreciate that. You can send that Kraken over, or that Javelin overhead. And if you're ever on YouTube, you know, hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up, you know, give me some of that love. I appreciate it. I went to the top deck. That's not where I wanted to go. Does the one side of the grid still clip into the ship? Oh, interesting. I thought I read they fixed that. Hemp Twister says, really gaming? Yeah, doing a little gaming, but we might switch over to some 3D here in a minute. I'm curious about the whole B. We may have to do some photo chopping to that. Do you think the people will have to hand load the hulls or keep doing the current cargo deck loading? I think you're going to have multiple options. I think CIG is going to stick with their word on that. I think there's going to be an auto load option as well. So I don't think you're going to have to manually load it if you don't want to. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Let's see, here's my door open. Yep, it's open. All right, here, let me turn around. And we'll head back down. Oh, there it is. Why am I all over the place? Oh, is it making me do the jump to Orson first? Son of a bee. Oh, man. Can I join you for the whole B kit bash? If I do it, execute, you definitely can. Let me see if I'm actually going to do it first. But I probably will. I probably will. I probably will. And then, yes, you are welcome to join me. All right, one second here. Why isn't... Let's put that back in there. Yeah, the hull E is 98,000 SCU of cargo, I believe. 98,000. But remember, I guarantee you we are... uh-oh, what do we get? Hunter donated $100. Oh my God, Hunter, are you in chat right now? Of course you are. Hunter, you're getting the double salute, quadruple salute for that $100 donation. Thank you very much, Hunter. That is absolutely incredible. Everyone, give Hunter a 07 salute for that donation towards St. Jude Children's Hospital. Thank you very much, Hunter. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. All right, here. All right, let's fly down. I got to deliver this to the August Dunlow station. And then once I deliver this, execute, I will jump in a chat channel and we can do some kit bashing. Hunter Sears there on YouTube. Hunter, very much thank you, man. I really appreciate you coming in with the big dollars on that donation. Really, really appreciate it. It's going to a good cause. It's going to a really good cause. Again, none of that money comes to STARJUMP in any way. Yeah. Robert says, yes, you will not be loading that into 32 SCU containers. That's exactly it. The 98,000 SCU containers, honestly, there's probably going to be 1,000 SCU containers. And those 1,000 SCU containers are what you'll be loading. They're going to be huge. They're going to probably have to be loaded by big tractor beams on the hull E. And those are going to be something that isn't going to probably take you, it's going to take you longer to load than the hull C, but I don't think it's going to be like a crazy amount longer. It's just going to be different size boxes ultimately. And that's just because there's an entity count limitation there. You know what I mean? There can only be so many entities before the server just starts choking. So, yeah. Yeah. Tracking down, landing alignment looks good. We are coming in, gear down to initiate 30 meter per second slowdown, and it's not working. There we go, there we go. Smooth like butter, everyone. You're dealing with a professional here. This is how we do things at STARJUMP. Everything is done with the utmost level of care, precision, and professionalism. For a gentle touchdown. Engine's off. We're standing up out of the seat here. I know you saw that glide slope right into the hangar bay. I know you were all impressed. I was impressed as well. I'm shocked I didn't crash. Again, thank you for the donations to everybody. Absolutely killer. Appreciate it. Scissor Fuss says, man, it would have been funny if you crashed. Scissor, thank you for that big vote of confidence. On the actual duty of landing. I appreciate you. Hemp Twister says, like butter. Couldn't have said it better myself, Hemp. All right, won't detach that one. There we go. Oops, one second, everybody. Had a message come in here. Sorry, everybody. My wife messaging me. All right. No one was more shocked than me. Yeah, that's true. You know what? The funny thing is ever since I switched to diving headfirst into the hangars, the top-down hangars, and then straightening out, it makes landing so much easier. I used to try to do the, VTOL type landing, and it was too much of a pain in the ass. You can't judge your line up to the hangar edges properly. So the dive-in method has become my go-to, and it works very well. Let's throw this crap in here. My OCD is kicking in a little bit here, so I got to stack these somewhat properly on the grid. I've lost boxes to them not being on the grid. I don't know if that bug is still in the game for anyone, but I did have that happen during a line or mine or line and cry or whatever the event was called. Works 60% of the time, every time. Yeah, agreed. Which is faster, ship tractor beam or handheld? I didn't try the ship tractor beam, which is right there. I probably should have, but I didn't. Here's what I'll say about it. I think the change was good. I think they needed to do it. I do really like the Raft. I think it's a cool ship. I love the design of it. It's a Gavin Rothery ship, for those of you that don't know. Gavin Rothery, designer of the Gladius, the Kraken, and the Odyssey, the Galaxy, the Perseus. He's designed a lot of ships for Star Citizen. He designed the Raft as well. So yeah, I really like the design. I love all the decal work and stuff on it. So. Okay, real quick. Yeah, I mean, it worked good. I dig it. I dig it. Let's switch back here. I'm going to quit to desktop. We're going to load up 3D software. For some reason, I'm out of focus. Let's pull back, see if I can get in focus here. Might be the lighting. Yep, there we go. Okay, everyone, hold on a minute. I'm quitting here. I'll open some 3D software. Now, I've had a few drinks, so this could get hairy. Hey, Xcube. How are you? Let's see. Mark Flat says, which is faster? Did he design the SRV? Yes. Well, actually, Mark, I don't know if Gavin designed the SRV. I actually don't think he did. I know he designed the Mole and the Raft. Hey, man. All right, let's open up the Hull B, shall we? I need to switch over. Oops. Nope. Where is it? There it is. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, Rooster Rage just donated $10 to unlock a new toy for St. Jude. Rooster, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate you on that one. Donations have been great tonight, folks. Appreciate that. It's kind of an impromptu stream, but still having donations come in, and that is all because of you guys. All right, let's load up the Hull B. We might load up the some other stuff as well. So this is the old Hull A model, by the way, everybody. The old, like the hollow model. Let me get this worked out. Was this always, because these 32 SCU crates are in here. I don't know if these were always like this, or did I put these in here? Let me see. Oh yeah, there's a couple different variants here for the boxes, which we know none of these are going to work because the ship has to land, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So do you want me to tell you what me and Algrid kind of looked through and thought it was going to be?
Yeah, tell me what you thought.
So we think if you take the Hull C and the Hull A and actually look at what they've got, you can kind of essentially see that the Hull B itself currently has 4 spindles in its concept, but the Hull A only kind of has those ones that go side on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to actually take the ones off the Hull C, but then chop the top and the bottom ones off,
yeah,
you would then bet the Hull B.
Yeah,
and then maybe shrink them a little bit to accommodate to their cargo, because their cargo is way smaller. I'd have to look it up again to get the exact numbers.
For which ship now?
Hull B
The Hull B.
cargo.
Yep.
Versus the Hull C cargo. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll get the
Yep.
amount. Because when we worked it out, it was roughly, so it's 384 for the Hull B, and when you go down to the Hull C, the cargo jumps to 4,608.
Yeah.
So you can see that you can quite easily cut 2 of them off and then shrink them by a considerable margin, and you're going to have way more than enough.
Yeah.
So essentially, instead of just having four spindles, you just have 2. And you might even allow them to go sideways like the Hull A instead of going straight out. But we just thought like go straight out and not go up and down, and it would solve the entire problem.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 second, everybody. One second, everybody. Yeah, so you're saying that by cutting off the bottom one, you would still have essentially enough on the 3 spindles, or even just two spindles?
Well, I can tell you right now, the spindles that you have there on the Hull B don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
They don't do them like that anymore, where they have essentially panels on the outside, and that's what holds them. If you look at the Hull A, they're internal and the cargo faces out, and on the Hull C, they essentially the 4 at the front face to the front, and the 4 at the back face to the to the rear.
Right.
So and that's so you can unload and load with tractor beams. Now, I think the thing with the Hull A and the Hull B is they don't have tractor beams, but could they retroactively go back and add tractor beams to the B so it's got a slight advantage over the A? Possibly. So essentially, that is the only thing the Raft currently has on paper over the Hull B is it has tractor beams.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a big thing because a max lift is 20k, 19k, so it's not a lot of money.
It wouldn't.
You can carry it on your person.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if the B got a tractor beam attachment of some way. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be a big deal for them, I don't think. So yeah, essentially, let's go to. Hold on a minute, everybody.
Do you know? I just thought of a cool way you could actually do it. So you know how on the Hull C you've got the 2 spindles kind of fold, and they kind of like one goes forward, one goes back. If you were to strip the ones, I'm trying to do it with my hands and I can't do it. I almost need to get on camera to show you what I'm talking about. It's just easier to do it with my hands.
Yeah.
So if you take your 2 hands and you're making them to the shape of a C, right? And then you push them together, right? You can essentially see one can go top and bottom and one goes left and right.
Yeah.
You see, so you can see what I'm saying. So like essentially it could come out and then rotate so they're facing the same way, and then open. That would work really, really well. So you can actually pack it up quite compact.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, I'm just trying to think here a little bit with because whenever I think of these spindles,
I think you're gonna have to open the A or the B and look at their spindles.
Yeah,
I think that's what you need to do.
I don't have the A model, unfortunately, but I do have the C. Let me see what I have here. Bear with me.
Well, they're the ones I'd be grabbing. I'd be grabbing the C ones and essentially shrinking them down and deleting the top and the bottom one.
Yeah. Spectre says, bro, when are you going to game? I was just gaming. You missed it. Where were you?
Hey, Spectre, bro, when are you going to turn up on time? Bro.
Yeah, Spectre, I just did game. We just checked out the Raft. Now we're coming over here to continue a conversation. You know what? Do I not have the Misk Hull C like model? I guess I don't. Why don't I have it?
This is called professionally unprepared.
It really well. You could tell I wasn't prepared for this.
I'm starting to agree with Spectre a lot.
Yeah. Well, it happens. Let me see what this model is here. I got so many. Okay, no, that's the old model of the Hull C, so that's no longer accurate. That's the old one. Let's check out what the new one is. No, that one's not accurate as well. Oh, you know what? I know why I don't have the newest model because we love you, Spectre. Is because I don't that's a Starfab ship, so I don't have it right now. But I usually have the Blender file for it, but I don't see that either. All right, I guess I'll have to give VMXEO a ring tomorrow. It happens. Yeah, so I don't have those spindles available right now, but yeah, in a sense though, that's I think the easy way to do it. And I mean, the other thing too is just in addition to the whole B spindle change, I see the whole B getting some just. It's part of the reason I think they skipped the whole B is because and did the whole A and the whole C, and there was never any continuation onto the B. Is because I think the B is getting a slightly bigger rework. You know what I mean? It wouldn't
I think it's
shock
a
me if it's a. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. It wouldn't shock me if it's a
reconcept.
slightly bigger ship in general.
I think they'll send it back and to him and ask him to redraw it so it can land, and essentially, like he's going to work it through. But the
Yeah,
way we've talked about it is it's really easy if you look at it because the C has two sets of spindles, the A has sideways. So why don't you just make it one set of spindles,
yeah,
but only left and right, and then just duplicate that? So
yeah,
it's still halfway between the A and the B.
yeah.
The
Better
original
just take it easy.
concept was just to have one spindle, and every time you went up a ship, the spindle size goes up. So I think the scaredness is to ruin that cool pattern that goes all the way up, but compromises have to be made.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's interesting. I think they'll like I said, do a bigger rework. Actually, let me switch over to Fleet Viewer real quick. I just want to look at something real quick on the whole series. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hey B, let's do the C expanded D and E, and let me zoom out and select. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Select all side view. Not that this is really a big qualifier because there's ways they can alter this, but there is kind of a big ass. It's almost like if you can see here, there really is kind of a pretty large jump from the whole B to the C. Um, that seems to be a little bigger than normal. Well, maybe the whole D to E is kind of a big jump too, to be honest with you. But I could almost see the whole B growing by maybe growing by like 15%, 20%, in order to kind of fill the gap a little better. I'm not sure what size range that would put that at. Currently, the whole B is listed as 49 meters. So what is that? That's like 400 eye size, right? Something like that. I think.
Well, I think it really comes down to pad size
Oh
because
no,
the A
it's
and
not.
the B are really designed to go up and down to planet.
Yeah.
And like the ability to land. If you can you put like say a Connie in there or something like that.
Yeah.
So you want to put a Connie, and then you want something medium like a Zeus. Or even the Raft work as well. So a medium one and a large one, because that's really the pad size that you're kind of looking at for the whole B to go down to planet properly.
Yeah, that's true. So Raft would be the whole B. I think would be at its current size of 40 some odd meters, and still land in like the Raft Valkyrie type or mole type landing pad. And then obviously,
Yeah.
if it gets any bigger, then it's moving into the large ship category. So
Yeah.
for example,
So
I
you
scaled it
probably
up. I scaled it up to almost be Connie size.
yeah,
Extended
which
though.
is fine
Extended.
because if you go down and look at landing pads, there are landing pads down there that fit up to the Hercules type size, right?
Yeah.
But there's not really ones that go beyond that. Like so, once you get past caterpillar size, they don't have those outposts as an example. Like
Yeah.
this is really a planetary delivery, and the advantage of the whole A is its size, right?
Mm.
It's a size thing. The whole B is like it's going to be the predominant workhorse going down to planets and stuff like that. Yeah, and as you can see, like if it's roughly Connie size like that, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Um,
And still fits that kind of progression pretty well.
well, also is if you do you have a photo of it without the like folded up?
I don't know. Not handy. I don't.
Because back in the day, the whole theory of it, right? And this is before everything's
Mm-hmm.
changed, right? So it's changed quite a bit. But the theory was when it folded back up, like when it was empty, it
Mm-hmm.
could go back through jump points a size lower than it was. Right, because back
Gotcha.
in the
Right.
day, they were theorized to be roughly about pad size. So if that's when it lands on in an outpost, it's a Connie size, right? But
Yeah.
when and it's fully laden, but then when it comes back up to the station and it's got no cargo and it goes to land, it could technically store away in a small. You can
Yep.
see that's a massive advantage. That's a
Yeah.
huge advantage.
Someone put this
Um,
picture, by the way, on the Spectrum or whatever, just showing some alternate configurations to have it fully laden and still be able to land there. You can kind of see on the second one
can
here, you could
you
have
link it to me?
the double spindles. Yeah, I haven't. Let me grab the actual Spectrum link here, and then
Hmm.
I haven't fully looked at it here. By the way, I just literally found it while we were
Yeah.
talking. So, but
Mm.
it does kind of give you the ability to sort of look at how you could do 4, so that would be 4, 8, and then yeah, so it's 16, 32 SCU
Yeah.
boxes,
So see the
or
one where
24
they've
SCU.
gone.
Well, these are
See
24
the
SCU boxes though.
Yeah, so they've only really kind of done it sideways, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be a little bit like the second one down on the right-hand side. But I also think that it'll probably, how do I put this? I think it won't go like sideways like he's got it going. I think it'll probably be turned, like the whole C. You know how the whole C's like the platforms are in the middle,
Yeah,
and and they kind of go to the back, to the rear, and to the front. I think that's how they'll go, because then it's consistent with the other whole ships. So you're always loading and unloading
but is that
the
what
own
the
way.
A does? Because doesn't the A hold them long
No,
ways?
the A is like that.
Okay.
So it really comes down to, well, because look how long the ship's got to go to do that.
Yeah, it does turn into
You
quite
see
a
what I mean?
beast. Yeah,
So it means that the ship doesn't have to go as long when it does it that way.
that's true.
So
Yeah.
essentially, you're putting it in the width of the spindles coming out, and not in the length of the ship. Obviously, the drawback to that is the ship then has a massive cross section when it flies along, but they've never
Well,
given a shit about that when it comes to the other whole series.
the
So,
well, the other thing too, and I'll switch back to 3D real quick here. In
mm,
my opinion on this, there's a lot of like I would say almost this entire, I'll put a box around it where it's easy to visualize for everybody, but I would say this entire section of the ship here is probably
mm,
something that they'll lose completely, um, because it's if you look at it, it's really got a long nose section, way longer than like the other whole series. It almost feels like this could be
mm.
its ship in and of itself. I feel like they could lose half of this, um, and still
Can you
probably be
send
able to
me?
fit some habitation stuff in there.
Can you send that image to me? Because I actually do want to look at that
Which one?
later, if that's okay. The one that you just had up, the one from
Yeah, yeah,
Spectrum.
yeah, yeah. The let me just grab the link here for you. Let's see if this link
Thank you.
works. Yep, yep, yep. It's a little cropped though, so I don't know. But yeah, I think there's a lot they could do with the Hull B though. Essentially, it's where I'm going with it, and I
Mm,
don't think there'll be any issues with making it land. I just think the Hull B in general is going to get a pretty big rethink, and like just overall from its scale. I mean, look,
mm,
CIG is not against taking a ship like the Raft and massively increasing its cargo capacity. Now, will the price change because of that? Who knows? But with a ship like the Hull B that hasn't come out yet, I guarantee you this ship's getting a massive rethink. Now, I'm not saying it's
mm,
going to increase or decrease on its SEU size. I don't think it'll decrease, but at the very
mm.
least, I think the ship is going to look nothing like this model that I have up. I think it's going to change pretty significantly.
Um, in the one that you brought up that was cropped, actually at the very bottom
Mm-hmm.
is the most likely candidate. I think it is. But the thing is, he's put them from front to back. I think they'd be going horizontal, as in shooting out to the side. And I think the other thing is he's got them in two stacks of two. You could literally
Yeah.
continue the two stacks of two things, just go horizontal, and that would solve the entire problem.
Yeah.
It wouldn't need to be as long. It is literally just as long as the whole B is now in the concept. So yeah,
You're
nothing that
talking.
really
You're
drives me
talking.
nuts.
The very bottom one right here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got it up.
Yeah, I
Again,
do.
I'm
I have
having
it
a
up now. I was
bit of
obviously a little
delay.
bit of a delay, but
Yeah, this one here. I'll send it back to you.
yeah. Yeah, I
That
have
one.
it up actually. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, to me, that one makes the most sense. It makes the most
But
sense.
yeah, but instead you
Hey,
can obviously see in
Sandgroper.
the image that you can obviously see that. Yeah, you lucky bastard.
Yeah.
You can see in the image there that they're essentially going from front to rear. But if you turn them sideways, essentially take
Yeah.
what's on the left-hand side image and put that on the right-hand side
Yeah,
image,
yeah.
and the right-hand side image put that on the left, and that would solve the entire problem.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So that very bottom one, though, where they are running long ways, that would put it at.
Oh, you're looking at you are looking at the wrong image, by the way.
Oh,
You are.
okay.
Open the one I sent you.
Okay.
I cropped it. It's really
Oh,
dodgily cropped.
gotcha. Yeah, let me pop this one out. There we go. So you think this one's the most likely one?
Yeah, I think that's except you got to swap where the boxes are. Man, if I open in Photoshop, I'll redo it myself, so I don't have to explain myself every time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's again. It's like I say, but obviously you think they'd be running along the x-axis, the beam axis, and not long ways. So yeah. Yeah, that could be cool. And again, help bridge that gap between the hull A's carry capacity and then the massive jump to the hull C.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I mean? If that's what they want to do, if they want to bridge that at all, which I'm not 100% sure what their thinking is there, but it did surprise me originally that they did the hull A and then never went to the hull C, the hull B, but because I think the hull B would have been a great sized hauler to get in the game. But again, I think it was just, reasons. So I think I think they'll
I think they're going to get there eventually.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't have a long time tonight, everyone. My wife is needing to talk to me. She is on a trip and she has something she needs to discuss with me. So I'm going to have to run and do that, but that's okay. We got a little bit of gaming in. We get to check out the Raft. I would say my verdict on the Raft is I'm pretty excited for it, and I'm not regretful that I went ahead and got it. Like I just unmelted it essentially. So yeah, I'm not regretful. I'm gonna try it out. I could see that the Raft that I have. It's kind of the ship that it's the one that I melt a lot and get new ships to try out with that credit. So the Raft, I could see that being one that gets melted to like try out, whatever's coming at Invictus. So I'll try the Raft out for a little bit. I've got a lot of cargo haulers though, so I've got no shortage of those. And I also don't mind flying ships that are larger, even when I'm delivering small cargo. When I'm running cargo missions, I'm not usually trying to have like a low amount of downtime. I'm usually doing it specifically because I kind of want to have a relaxing play session. So,
all right. Well, I've almost got this Photoshop.
Cool. But yeah. So, real quick though, St. Jude stuff again, everyone. So we will be doing in 3. So what day is the 30th? Let me switch over to my full screen because I did want to talk about this real quick. So the 30th is on Wednesday. It's on Wednesday of this week. On Wednesday of this week, we will be giving away an RSI Polaris Corvette. I don't know whose stream we're doing it on. I think Ender said my stream, but I'll take his lead and we'll do it on whoever's stream it needs to be done on. But we will be giving away that RSI Polaris Corvette. That is courtesy of GearCon. It does come with LTI. And we will do that on the 30th. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to get in on that, by the way, you just got to go to the Tiltify link. It's $100 donation to St. Jude through our Tiltify link, and that will give you a Polaris ticket. Okay.
Well, fortunately, we all know it's already over, and that Sandgroper won it. It's a real shame.
Well, yeah, we're everyone in chat we're talking because Sandgroper won 2 contests the other day. He won something on your. What did he win on your show?
Won a golem.
He won a golem, and then on my show he won a custom ship in Fleet Viewer, STARJUMP Fleet Viewer, which, by the way, he sent me the information for. I'm actually kind of excited to work on it because it's going to be a cool one. It's going to be a Polaris, but it's going to be a yellow and black Polaris, and yellow being the primary color with black being the secondary. So I'm actually kind of excited for that one. That's going to be pretty cool, I think.
Okay. I'm just wrapping this up right now. I'm just flattening it. Give me 2 seconds and I'll send it back to you.
Sounds good. And then we'll pull that up. But yes, everyone, get your donations in while you can. We're about to tick over to the $26,000 mark, by the way, everyone. All due to you all. We're only, $180 away from $26,000. That's incredible. That is incredible. So thank you very much. See, Execute just sent me something. All right, let me grab this.
It's a complete hack job, but you can see what I'm trying to say.
That's all right. It looks good. Looks good. Let me switch over to that monitor here. I don't have all the fancy transitions like.
I said I'll help you with that if you wanted help. It's hard.
Let's see. There it is.
You don't have anything of.
So that's the one you're thinking. I mean, it's got a huge cross section. But
then again,
it could work.
Go look at the whole C.
Yeah.
Go look at.
It does too.
They're all exactly the same.
Yeah, it does too. It's got a massive cross section on it as well when it's extended. So yeah, it could work. It could work, and that would give it what 512 SCU of cargo.
It's 300. I think it's meant to be 384.
Yeah. Mark Flat, have a good one.
There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. Hey Google, what's 16 times 32? Let her do the work. 512.
Yeah.
According to that.
Yeah. 512 SCU. There you go. Very, very cool. All right, everyone. I am going to have to get going to give my lovely wife a call.
Look at Sandig doing math. Used to work at a school. You can tell, can't you? No.
But
go see your wife. Tell her we're all jealous.
I will. She's had a great time. She's actually went on a trip that I was supposed to go on, but I didn't want to go on because I was being lazy. And then she up and went, okay, I'll go. So she went and supposedly is having a good time. But everyone, I'm going to raid our good buddy, the Astro Pub, give him some STARJUMP love, tell him, hey, have a great night. Again, we'll be streaming a lot this week. We got a Polaris to give away. It's going to be really exciting. Do a kind thing for a stranger. Thanks for helping out or hanging out with me tonight, even though it was only an hour and we just checked out the Raft. It was a lot of fun. Everybody have a great night. Execute. Thank you for always jumping on.
Thanks, mate.
Rycon donated $10. Thank you, Rycon. Salute to you. Appreciate it. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Go give Paul some love. Take it easy.